Don't create suffering for yourself. And you might be thinking, that's easy for you to say, but how do we do this? All suffering comes about, oh, nice little dog comes to join me. All suffering is mental. It's through resistance to what is that suffering arises. An example to this, if you break your leg, the only thing that's inherently bad in that is the suffering that you go through mentally. Yes, there might be a bit of physical pain short term, but then the suffering comes from the labeling that you mentally put on that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to ski, not going to be able to run for a few months, or not going to be able to go to the gym, and can't do this, can't do that, can't take the dog for the walk. It's in the story that you create in your mind that the mental suffering arises. It's like Ram Dass said towards the end of his life when he'd had a stroke. He said the stroke that he had was the best thing that had ever happened to him, because it allowed him to spend more time in meditation, more time connecting with God, more time with his thoughts. It's a bit of a strange concept and unusual to get your head around at the start, but it's so true. Nothing is good nor bad. Everything is as it is. You can find enjoyment from things, and certain things might cause a certain reaction in you. You know, somebody cuts you off when you're driving your car. You might have been conditioned to the point where that causes anger in your body, but it doesn't need to. That's what's so important. All the suffering that we experience in our lives is a construct of our mind. We don't need to experience that suffering. If we want to experience that suffering, we want to go through natural suffering for, or grieving for somebody, that's absolutely fine, but we want to be able to choose our own thoughts, or we certainly want to be able to choose the emotions that we feel. We don't want somebody outside of ourselves to be able to have hold over our emotions. Someone cuts you up in a line and your blood's boiling, you might have an argument, ruined each other's days. Do you want to let somebody have that sort of hold over you? I know I don't. So when we realise that the suffering that we go through is a construct of our own mental prison, as I was explaining in a video a couple of days ago, we create these walls in our head of everything that we have been conditioned to believe, good or bad, and whether that's schooling, parenting, peers, religious group. We have these walls put up, and that's where the majority of our thinking stays, inside of these boxes. It's not until we break free, liberate the mind, that we can find true freedom. And that's what all of these videos are about. They're about freedom, they're about liberation, they're about joy, love, connecting with God. And that's done through questioning and realizing that all this suffering arises through mental labeling. Next time you're feeling, I do a lot of work on anxiety and depression, and give this a go. If you experience anxiety, I know most people do, next time you experience some form of anxiety, physical, mental, whatever it be, tight chest, your hands start getting sweaty, maybe you're shallow breathing or your mind's racing and you think you might start having a panic attack. Next time you start having these feelings, try this. Say mentally, or if you're in the comfort of your own home and you want to say it out loud, that's fine. But just say, I see you, I hear you, I acknowledge you're there. This is to the anxiety you're speaking. I see you, I feel you, I acknowledge you're there. And just acknowledging it, noticing it, allowing it to be, will start to let it dissipate. And you do that enough, and you begin to loosen that grip that anxiety has of you. You can even say, if you're feeling confident, you can even say, you've got nothing on me. Give me more, whatever it might be. You might be feeling like faint, and when you're going into that sort of slight panic attack, you feel really quite faint. If you've got the confidence and you're feeling comfortable, just say, come on, what more have you got? And when you totally accept and allow your body to feel what it's trying to show you, it will start to dissipate. Just try it, I promise you. But that is just proof that the suffering that we go through is mental. Now, I'm not saying that that knowledge will mean that you no longer have anxiety or racing thoughts or anything like that. But when you can realize that the suffering that we create in our own lives is mental, you know that there's a path through, and you can work out how to get there. You just acknowledge, you question, you reframe. This is another really nice one. Actually, I'll do that in the next video. If you're suffering with anxiety, click on tomorrow's video, because I'll do a nice little walkthrough step by step where we'll go from anxiety to peace, a little reframe. I think that would be nice. I'll leave this one here. Let's drop these walls of mental suffering, allow ourselves to live free, liberated, joyful, happy lives. Share this with somebody if you think it might be beneficial for them, or if you know they're going through anxiety or that sort of thing. These messages could really help somebody. And I'll see you in the next video. Love you.